In the Game of Thrones, that is the Real Housewives of Potomac, there's one simple rule. If you come for the queen, you best not miss. This season, it feels like the entire cast came for Stacey Rusch and missed. The women of Potomac seemed united by a single mission to take Stacey down with the storm of scandalous rumors, from her wild reconciliation with her ex-husband to whispers about Monique Samuels' ex Chris, but in a group totally shattered by the absence of its grande dame, Karen Huger, every single attack has backfired. Instead of destroying Stacey, the constant drama has only strengthened her claim to the throne, turning a targeted housewife into the undeniable main character of season 10. The takedown didn't just fail, it accidentally handed her a hero's narrative. With every rumor, they just polished her crown. The campaign against Stacey Rusch this season was anything but subtle. It was a coordinated, all-out attack that kicked off almost immediately. The first shot was aimed right at the heart of her personal life, her reunion with her ex-husband, Timu. Stacey walked into season 10 announcing that she and Timu were back together just weeks after their 16-year marriage was legally over. She explained the divorce was finalized while they were on a family vacation, a moment that ironically made them realize their story wasn't finished. But T-Squad, for most people, that's a complicated emotional journey. For the Potomac ladies, it was ammunition. The story was instantly met with suspicion, especially with last season reunion drama still hanging in the air, where it was alleged Stacey had paid a man by the name of TJ Jones just to be her storyline boyfriend. Giselle Bryant didn't waste a second questioning if the divorce was even real, claiming Stacey could have just went to an app and made the divorce papers. Girl. Ashley Darby, big forehead ass, also turned up the heat, grilling her on the timeline and hinting the whole thing was a plot for the show. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? This wasn't just friendly curiosity, it was a clear attempt to paint Stacey as a total fraud. But that was just the opening act. The real character assassination attempt started when Ashley Darby dropped a bombshell rumor that Stacey was trying to get with Monique Samuels' recently divorced ex-husband Chris Samuels. The rumor, which Ashley claimed from a publicist friend, was designed to be lethal. It positioned Stacey as a messy pot stirrer wading into one of the most famously broken relationships in RHOP history. Giselle piled on, of course, stating plainly she's not to be trusted around husbands or kids. The gossip hit its peak at Giselle's podcast party. Kiana Stewart, armed with info from Karen Huger's friend Cookie, directly accused Stacey of calling Chris to report that Monique was trash talking him. It was an explosive public gotcha moment designed to expose Stacey as a two-faced manipulator. The women even put Chris Samuels on speakerphone to get to the bottom of it all, and even though he denied having any idea what they were talking about, the narrative was set. Stacey was a messy, untrustworthy interloper. But the architects of this takedown made a fatal mistake. They totally underestimated Stacey's composure, which has been her kryptonite. For 9 seasons, the center of Potomac's universe has been, without a doubt, Karen Huger, the grande dame. With her quirky wisdom and institutional knowledge, has always been the show's anchor. But season 10 is a whole new world, see. With Karen's legal issues leading to her absence for most of this season, a massive power vacuum was left behind. While she reportedly makes an emotional return for the finale, her missing presence left the group completely rudderless. Without Karen to act as a stabilizing or destabilizing force, the group's alliances have crumbled. This chaos has become the defining feature of season 10. In this new landscape, old guards like Giselle and Ashley have been scrambling for control, but their methods feel more transparent than ever. Their attacks on Stacey, which might have hit differently with Karen in the mix, now just look like desperate power grabs. Ain't that the truth? And then Monique Samuels returns as a friend to the show, adding another complicated layer. Now divorced from Chris and focused on her new life, she is not the same person who left 5 years ago. She's wiser, more reserved, and knows exactly how the group's rumor mill works. So when Ashley and Kiana bring the Chris Samuels rumor to her, Monique's reaction isn't the explosion they were probably hoping for. Instead, she's skeptical, knowing all too well how people who twist truths operate. She even questions the source, Cookie, pointing out she has a history of being messy. You can't trust nobody with no big old Aretha Franklin titties, okay? Monique's mature response completely disarms the attack. She tells the ladies she honestly doesn't care if Stacey dated her ex-husband, because why should she? He's a single man. Her only concern is getting the facts straight to avoid messing up their co-parenting. This calm, pragmatic stance makes the attempt to use Chris as a weapon against Stacey look childish and petty. The return of Monique, a key figure in one of the biggest dramas in housewife histories, should have been the final nail in Stacey's coffin. Instead, it just proved how much the game has changed. It's clear the dynamic in Potomac has been turned upside down. Before we get into how Stacey flipped this whole mess on its head, I gotta ask y'all, T-Squad, do you think the attacks on Stacey were justified, or was this just a desperate scramble for a storyline in Karen's absence? I agree with the latter. Let me know your take in the comments below, and if you're enjoying this breakdown of the Potomac power shift, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Now, every conspiracy needs a villain, but the women of Potomac made a huge mistake this season. They cast Stacey Rusch in that role, not realizing she was perfectly built to be the hero. The constant coordinated attacks that were supposed to break her have done the exact opposite. They've drummed up a wave of sympathy and giving her the perfect stage to show off her resilience. Stacey's composure is her superpower. During a Watch What Happens Live appearance, she was praised for being a cool cucumber, because let's face it, the ladies of Potomac are used to people popping off, yelling, screaming, cussing, storming out, and Stacey never gives the girls that, because she has an attitude of one who doesn't break a sweat. A trait she credits to just knowing her own truth. When she's faced with Kiana's screaming accusations of Giselle's shady insults, Stacey almost never crumbles. She stays direct, defending herself with a calm fierceness that makes her accuser looks unhinged. Power move. This isn't weakness, it's a strategy that lets her control the narrative. Plus, Stacey hasn't been fighting this battle alone. Her solid alliance with Dr. Wendy Osefo has been a crucial part of her defense. Wendy, no stranger to being on the outs with the group, has consistently been in Stacey's corner, despite them having a little hiccup here and there. When Kiana seems obsessed with tearing Stacey down, it's Wendy who astutely observes, "I think you are her favorite toy in the toy box," framing Kiana's crusade as a weird fixation, which it is. Their friendship is one of the few genuine bonds in a group of shifting loyalties, giving Stacey an anchor and a credible witness. And Wendy has remained a supportive friend even as the show touches on the supposed tension between their competing cannabis brands. On top of all that, Stacey is building her own brand outside of the drama. She launched her cannabis wellness company, Shio, whatever it is, wellness, and the show has highlighted her journey as a Black female entrepreneur in Virginia. But by focusing on her business, she's writing her own story, one about legacy and success, not petty gossip. When Ashley confronts her at the Sheo launch party, the fight just makes Stacey look focused on her empire while Ashley seems stuck on drama. It's a brilliant move that lets her rise above it all. Ultimately, the war against Stacey Rusch has turned into one of the biggest miscalculations in Potomac history. The goal was to paint her as a liar and a homewrecker. The result? they made her the season's protagonist. By ganging up on her, the other women gave her a clear, compelling storyline. The survivor who refuses to be taken down. Every rumor they threw at her was just another stone she used to build her throne. The chaos from Karen Huger's absence created a void, and while others scrambled for power with the same old tricks, Giselle and Ashley, Stacey just held her ground. Her directness has demanded respect. Her alliance with Wendy has given her backup, and a wiser Monique Samuels neutralized their biggest weapon. The conspiracy to take her down didn't just fail, it backfired. Cementing her spot as the new heavyweight of the group. The ladies came for Stacey, and all they did was crown her. So T-Squad, what do you think? Has Stacey officially snatched the crown in Potomac? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more housewife deep dives.